What if it is the same file? What if it is a same file? Okay, guys, actually I'm taking extra time because we are actually lagging behind. It doesn't mean that I'm rushing. Actually, I'm explaining in a normal pace only, but I'm taking some extra time because we got many holidays, right, due to my health and all. So that is the reason. Is it fine, if I take 10 more minutes? Please respond, guys. Are you there?
Go ahead, Sai.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
I'm not rushing. Just I'm explaining. Just taking some more time. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. The two, these are actually related. This error is right. In two, because of two reasons you get this error. So first reason I explained it. Now there is one more reason that because of that you get this error. Let me explain that also, so that when you get these kind of errors, you will understand how to handle these kind of errors. Okay. Because in companies, when we attend interviews, they'll definitely ask this question: hey, what kind of errors you got? How did you troubleshoot? That time we should have something to say, right? You can't say no, till now I did not get any errors. No, that won't happen, right? So that time we should have something to say. So that time we can explain all these. Let's go with existing file. Okay, now I have shown you two different files. Let's try with the existing file actually. This is central repository. This is local repository. Okay, this is central repo. That's what this is, a Mumbai Git local. Let me take any existing file, guys. Okay, any existing file, any file. Let me take any. Hari file is it? My file, right? Or test file, sample file, fixable. Yeah, fine. Raj file is it? Right. What is the content in this Raj file? Okay, Raj file is there. You take any file, that's up to you. You can say Raj file is there. In that already there is some content is right. Some content is a black color. What is the content? That is hello Raj, correct? Yeah, there's a content. And that same file is there here also. Here also you can see the same content. Cat. Correct? Here also same content is right. Okay. So this file is there in both places. In both files, that content is right. Assume that someone modified that file in their local repository. He has added, he has committed, he has pushed that data. So when he pushed that data in the same file, that extra data will be appended here. Correct? Right? Pushed. Someone added some red color data. Meanwhile, you added blue color data here. Okay, you can see. Meanwhile, you added blue color data. Okay. Now, see what actually happens. When you push, it throws error. Okay. When you push, it throws error. First, you have to pull. Okay. We have to pull. Obviously, when you push, it throws error. Why? What is the error? Obviously, whatever error which I have shown you, right? It shows that error. Hey, first you pull, then push. Let me show you. Let me put some content, red color content in central repository. Here you can see in Raj file. Actually, I can edit from here also, right? Yeah. Go inside that file. Actually, we don't work here, but just for your understanding, I'm sure. You can see, edit this file. Here, I'm adding one line, that is, assume that, okay, red color line. Okay, red color. Any content. See, I kept some content, red color line. Just commit red line. Okay. Assume that someone pushed this data. Right. Meanwhile, I have added blue color line in my local repository. vi Raj file. Here I'm adding here blue color. Sorry guys. Yeah, meanwhile I'm adding blue color line. You can see here I have added red color line. Someone added push it. Now meanwhile I'm adding blue color line here. Same file is having two different content in two different, this one centrally post and locally post. Something nice. Yeah. So now how it is going to work? See, when you push, it will throw error. Okay, let's try to push. Obviously, it is going to throw an error. Git push or is in main. Git push or is in main. Now give GitHub credentials. Give the token. Copy. Paste. Yeah, same error, right? You can see, I told you, right? You can't, first you have to pull, then you push. But here, when you pull, what actually happens? When you pull, conflict occurs. Why conflict occurs? Conflict occurs between this data and this data. Correct? Same file, right? Okay, obviously conflict occurs. You have to resolve that conflict by opening the file. Then you push. Okay, logically correct, right? Same file, right? Same file with different content. So conflict occurs. So you resolve conflict, then you push. Let me show you. Git pull. Please commit. What is this? Commit your changes first. Local changes to files will be already by March. This don't worry. This is an error now we are getting nowadays. I'll tell you why we are getting this error. Let me try with the new files. Okay, don't worry about this error. This error nowadays we are getting. Let me show with the new files. Okay, this part I will explain again, because that's a recently we are getting that kind of error. Okay, they did some modifications that anyways I'll be explaining. Let me show you with the new file completely. Let's take a new file. Here, let me take any fresh file. Test file, demo file, okay, Linux file. Okay, let me take Linux file. Linux freshly I'll take. Okay, new file I'll create. Here also I'll take new file. Here also I'll freshly create that file. Later on I'll explain why we are getting that one, whatever which is showing, right, that I'm going to explain. But before that, this is important. Now, let me show you the new file. So I'm going to take completely new files, Linux file. I'll put different content, then I'll show you again. Okay. So here what you can do directly, I can create file here itself, right? Create new file. I'll give as Linux file. The file name I'm giving as Linux file. Here I'm going to put some content that is red color content. Okay. Red color line. Okay. I kept some content and commit. Red. Now, let's have the same file. Different files already we have seen. Let's have the same file in local repository also. So vi Linux file, correct? The same file, right? Linux file. Yeah, here also let me create same file, Linux file. In that, see here, blue color line. Blue color line. Okay, fine. Now let's add. Let's commit. Okay. Blue line. Let's push. You know, right? When I push, obviously it is going to throw an error because pull first, push next. But when I try to push, it is going to throw an error. Let me show you that one again. Git push. Okay, origin. See, anyways, it is going to throw an error. Okay. Now what we need to do, we have to pull first. Okay, this is when you pull, here it will show merge conflict. Okay. Apart from that, I'm pretty sure that before that it will throw this error also because in that file already we kept some data, right? In that file, Raj file earlier. Because of that, see, because in between these two files, it is going to throw in merge conflict. That anyways we are going to resolve. But before that, there are two more files earlier we edited. We got that error and we skipped that one, right? So that error, anyways, it is going to show again. So what I'll do, let me, delete the content, whatever earlier I kept in that files, like, or else let me, don't get confused, guys. I'll show again, don't worry. I'll explain that one clearly. Okay. VI, earlier we kept some content Raj file, right? Okay. VI, Raj file. In that earlier we added this one, so I'm going to delete it. Like a previous stage, like, I modified as like older stage. Here also Raj file, edit. Modify, right? Old something. So fine. So older, those things, I modified as per older thing. Okay, now what I'll do, I'm going to push. I'm going to push. Okay, I already pulled, right? So that time we got an error. Let's push. Git push origin main. Okay, now GitHub credentials. Sorry. No, sorry. Yes, let me repeat. When you try to push, it throws an error because first you have to pull, correct? So that already we verified. When you push, it throws an error. See here? Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to pull first, right? Correct or not? But by mistake, I'm doing this one again. Let's come out. So what we have to do, we have to git pull. Okay, git pull origin main. Pull first, then push next, right? Origin main. Now you can see conflict. Understood, right? That's all. Okay, don't get confused. Let me explain again. This topic is a bit tricky. Let me explain clearly, without any confusion. This is central repository. This is local repository. Okay. This is central. This is local, Mumbai Git. Now, assume that someone created one file called Linux file. In his local repository, he has added, committed, and pushed it. So in that file, he kept some data. Meanwhile, I created the file with the same name and I kept some different data. And I tried to push. When I try to push, it is throwing an error. Correct? Okay, it is throwing an error because Git concept is pull first, then push. So that's why when I try to push, it will throw error. So what I need to do, first I have to pull. So that's why I try to pull. When I pull here, same file having different content. Obviously, there is a conflict. Correct? Where that conflict occurs? Here. Correct or not? Whether the blue color line should be top, red color bottom, or red color bottom. Data arranging problem that already know. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to arrange the data as per my needs. Then after arranging, okay, see, I'll arrange, then after arrange, I push. When I push, whatever the way I arranged, that will be replicated here. Okay, see, when I pulled, now it thrown conflict, right? Conflict between this red color and blue color data. Okay, so now I'm going to arrange the data. I want, red color should be kept at the top, blue color at the bottom. This is how I want. See here. This is how I want to arrange the data. The way you want, you can arrange. If you have any queries, you can talk to the guy who pushed that file. This is what I want, the final arrangement. So resolve the conflict like this: red color top, blue color bottom. So open that file, vi. What is that file? Linux file. Correct? You can see the conflict between these two lines. Now, how I want to arrange the data? I want red top, blue bottom. Correct? Okay. So remove all unnecessary things. Red means it is saying that this is the one we pulled from central repository. These are in your local repository. That's the meaning. Now let me arrange. Remove all unnecessary things. Now this is how you want to arrange the data. Yeah, see here. You can edit as per your needs by talking to the guy, who pushed it, because you have his email ID. Correct or not? Okay. Now arrange it. This is how I want the final data. Now modified. Correct? Okay. You modified. Now what you do? You add, commit, and you push. So now when you push, what actually happens here? Now when you push, happily it goes as per the way you modified without any issues. Okay. So let's push. Let's add, commit, and let's push. Git add, because you modified the file, right? Git commit. See here, save, resolved. You can give any fixed, fixed issue. Okay. Then you push. You cannot do partial. What is, sorry, git commit -m. -m. Okay. Then you push. Git push. Or is in main. So now there won't be any error. Give credentials. Give this. That's it. You can see there won't be any error. And in central repository, data will be something like this: red top, blue color bottom. Correct? And go and verify. See, go to that file. What is that file? Linux file. Correct? Yeah. Red top, blue bottom. You can see. That is how it works. Okay. So two things that you have to understand. Right? Okay. So you go through these two diagrams. Don't worry about that confusion part. Okay, that part will be, I'll explain later on. Okay, you take fresh files. When you practice, you take fresh files. Here, when we have two different files, this is how it is going to work. When it is the same file, this is how it is going to work. Just remember, these two are possible errors. Remember one thing: pull first, push next. That is very, very important. Okay. So if it is same file, when you push, anyways, it is going to throw error. For when you pull, conflict, you resolve conflict, again you push. That is how it is going to work. Okay. So simple, guys. That's okay. Don't worry. If you practice, if you get any doubts and all, I'll explain again. As of now, you take fresh files. The way which I've shown you, right? You follow that one. Okay. If it is existing file, anyways, that we are going to discuss. Okay. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts from anyone? Any doubts?
Sir, Eknath here.
Yes, Eknath.
Sir, can you explain tag method?
Which one? Tag. Tag is very simple, guys. Here, let me show you. We can't remember commit IDs, right? That's why we are assigning one meaningful name. Okay, that's what tag. See, git log when it says one line. So many commits are there. There are some important commits I need to use again and again, like this commit, just to see the data. So we can't remember commit ID, right? To see the data, which command we run, git show commit ID, correct?
Oh, okay,
but
right.
Can you remember that commit ID? No, right?
No.
That's why we are assigning a tag.
Okay.
So that git show, the tag name you can use easily.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Any more doubts? Guys, you understood everyone? Have you understood today's class? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir, but today we have
Yes, many small dogs he got it. But trust me, guys, trust me. Git is the most difficult tool in all DevOps tools.
okay.
Trust me. It is the most complex, difficult tools in all DevOps tools. Even you talk to senior folks who are having 10 years experience, more than that, who are working in Git, they do have many doubts in Git still. Okay, that kind of complex tool in our out of all DevOps tools. Okay, because there are so many topics, so many concepts which are pretty confusing and all. Okay, that's the problem with Git. Okay, remaining tools are dead easy. Why I started with the tough tool? Because if you start with tough tool, remaining things will be very, very easy for you. So you will enjoy remaining tools easily. That's the thing. In fact, in other tools, even though some coding part is there, that's not at all difficult, guys. That's very easy. And that code you are going to store in Git, right? For that, you must know Git. That's the reason I started with Git.
Okay.
Understood? So that's okay. Don't worry if you are getting any errors, any confusion, no problem. Because Git we will use again and again. Just practice. If you are getting any errors, that's okay. No problem. Keep those errors. When right time comes, I will explain all those things.
It's having small concept and
yes.
Okay. And vast syllabus, sir. That's
many small topics are there. That is the problem with Git. Okay. Even in fact, you can talk to. Is there any working guy who is using Git?
Yes, sir. My brother-in-law is working.
You talk to him once. They will tell you what is the problem with Git.
Okay. I already told that, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. No more doubts.